The last Friday of every month arrives with almost mechanical precision. Your salary lands. 450,000 naira. For a few brief minutes, your bank balance looks hopeful. Then the deductions begin. Rent, electricity, fuel, groceries, internet, loan repayments, a handful of subscriptions you barely remember signing up for. Within days, the number shrinks until it feels familiar again. Nothing dramatic happens. No financial disaster, no breakthrough. Just another month exchanged for another paycheck. You begin to wonder if this rhythm is what adulthood was always meant to feel like. A quiet trade between your time and someone else's business. One afternoon, you notice something unusual. Not in your income, in your spending. You open your banking app and scroll through 6 months of transactions, hundreds of payments, restaurants you barely remember, clothes bought because they were discounted, gadgets that felt exciting for exactly 3 days. Individually, none of them seemed expensive. Together, they equal more than 1.8 million naira. You don't feel guilty. You feel curious. For the first time, you realize that wealth is not usually destroyed by one terrible decision. It disappears through thousands of comfortable ones. The following month changes by only one number. Instead of spending everything that remains after your bills, you automate 100,000 naira into an investment account the morning your salary arrives. You don't wait to feel disciplined. You remove the decision entirely. The remaining 350,000 naira becomes your actual income. Life adjusts surprisingly quickly. Nothing important disappears. The account grows painfully slowly. 100,000 naira, then 200,000 naira, then 500,000 naira. There is no celebration. Nobody congratulates you for resisting purchases nobody knew you almost made. Financial progress often looks invisible because restraint has no audience. You begin reading annual reports instead of product advertisements. Balance sheets become more interesting than luxury catalogs. You discover businesses that have quietly increased profits for decades. Companies that sell electricity, insurance, healthcare, food, products people continue buying regardless of the economy. For the first time, investing stops feeling like gambling. It starts feeling like ownership. Your portfolio reaches 1 million naira. Most people would expect excitement. Instead, something stranger happens. You barely feel different. The apartment is the same. The commute is the same. Your friends still assume you're earning exactly what you earned last year. Because wealth rarely announces itself through appearance. It hides inside ownership. Compounding remains invisible. At first, an annual return of around 10% sounds unimpressive. Until you stop thinking in months. You begin thinking in decades. Money invested today earns returns. Those returns begin earning returns of their own. The process feels almost unfair. Time starts working for the patient. Your salary increases to 650,000 naira. A promotion. Most people immediately upgrade their lifestyle. A larger apartment, a newer car, more expensive weekends. You don't. Instead, your monthly investment rises from 100,000 naira to 250,000 naira. Nobody notices. From the outside, your life barely changes. Inside your brokerage account, everything changes. The strange part about building wealth is how ordinary it looks while it's happening. There are no movie montages, no dramatic music, no overnight success, just ordinary Tuesdays, ordinary paydays, ordinary transfers, repeated hundreds of times. Fortunes are often built inside routines too boring to become stories. Years pass. Your investments quietly cross 10 million naira. Dividends begin arriving, not enough to replace your salary, but enough to pay for groceries. Then utilities, then several months of expenses every year. Tiny streams of cash appear from businesses you've never physically visited. Employees you've never met continue creating value that partially belongs to you. Ownership begins paying you while you sleep. Your conversations change, not because you become wealthier, because your questions become different. Instead of asking, "How much does it cost?" you ask, "What will this cost me over 20 years?" Instead of, "Can I afford this?" you wonder, "What investment am I giving up by buying this today?" Opportunity cost quietly becomes your financial compass. Eventually, your portfolio grows beyond 30 million naira. The market falls. News headlines predict disaster. Prices collapse. Friends panic. Some sell everything. Years earlier, you might have joined them. Now you see something different. Lower prices mean the same monthly investment purchases more ownership. Fear becomes a discount. Patience becomes a competitive advantage. You stop measuring wealth by income. Income depends on your presence. Assets continue working without asking where you are. A share of a profitable company does not care whether you're on vacation. A government bond keeps paying interest while you sleep. Ownership slowly replaces labor as your primary financial engine. Then one morning, something subtle happens. Your annual investment growth exceeds your yearly salary. No promotion caused it. No overtime created it. No second job produced it. Your accumulated capital generated more value than your employer. It doesn't feel dramatic. It feels quiet. Like watching a machine you spent years building finally start running by itself. Nobody outside your life notices. Your clothes remain simple. Your car still starts every morning. You don't post screenshots. You don't announce milestones. There is nothing impressive to photograph. The fortune exists mostly inside spreadsheets, brokerage statements, and years of invisible decisions. From the outside, your life looks almost unchanged. Inside, your future has become increasingly independent from your next paycheck. Eventually, you understand why genuine wealth is often difficult to recognize. Status demands attention. Fortunes do not. One is designed to be seen. The other is designed to survive. The world celebrates visible success because it photographs well. Real wealth prefers silence. It compounds quietly. It hides behind ordinary routines. It grows while nobody is watching. And one day, without a single dramatic moment, you realize something extraordinary. You did not become wealthy all at once. You simply became the kind of person who kept choosing tomorrow over today. The fortune was never built in one decision. It was built in thousands of invisible ones. Long before anyone else noticed, it had already changed your life.